What's good, everybody? It is Friday, August 11th, 2023. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. Now, it is a big Friday, but one of the best things about sports betting and having a show that's at the top is you've got to embrace the good and you have to embrace the bad because we are industry leaders. Yesterday, I'm going to put all the blame on Early Edge and 5. All those X's, they weren't from this show. No. I cashed a nice little parlay late last night. You're welcome, America. But we're a team, and we are a crew, and we will rally today. But as you know, for the last 2.5 years, we have been the best any podcast, but sports podcast specifically. But we have one more thing I need you to do. You probably already got the email if you voted for us the first time. We are into the top 3 of the People's Choice Podcast Awards, and we need your vote. When you get the email, don't put it into your spam, your trash, or any of that. Give us a vote and let us win and raise that trophy as we head into our bread and butter, the NFL season. One final thing. You'll notice today I'm wearing this hat. Less than a month ago, I was on Front Street, the same street that you saw all the videos. The town is ruined, shopping with my kids, and I bought this hat there. And today, let's think about them because people listen to this show all over the world, and they're having absolutely horrible days. Their lives right now are ruined. So we got to pick them up all over the world. So ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, think about how lucky you are today to be sitting right here watching this show with all of us. So welcome as the soccer world gets ready to start all around the world. We're here for Big Pick Energy Friday. Let's go. Look here. Wait a second. Is the band back together again? Oh, this allows for 4 introductions. We've got to do it on day number 1. First and foremost, he is the counselor of cash. He is Sia Nejad. Sia, give me a number.
Wow. First and foremost, to start it off, it's 27. 27 is the number. Capper Taylor beat me in the chat. He said we're Larry Johnson days away from NFL kickoff. That is true. Also, Eddie George days away from NFL kickoff. We are there.
Let's go. And he is the sniper, or you could call him Miserable Matt. I don't care. He's a part of Big Pick Energy Friday now. Mr. Matthew, good morning, sir.
Mike Richardson days away from the NFL season. A little Monsters of the Midway corner from that Chicago Bears great defense in 1985. I'm going with Mike Richardson.
And now the English Premier League. And let me tell you just a very quick little story. So normally Buckets will send me plays. Yesterday, he sent me plays. He writes next to Club Brugge, 3 p.m. Eastern start. So I waited till about, 2:30 to put it in. It started before that, and he cashed it. So he cost me a cash ticket by giving me the wrong start time. So that's how we're restarting our relationship. Buckets, welcome back, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Thank you for that wonderful intro. It is great to be back on Big Pick Energy. I got to make sure I say that one right. In 27 days, I'm trying to think of a 27 number, and I've got nothing, but it's great to be here.
Shocking. Buckets has nothing. Shocking. Now, the reason you all come here, the reason this show is named what it is, and he's going to be a big part of our college football mega preview every single Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, he is our guy. There is only one. Chip Patterson. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Sia. Good morning, Sniper. Good morning, Buckets. And let me say, you can have your 27. You can have your Eddie George, your Eddie Lacy, because I'm sitting over here, Tommy Frazier days away from college football. Tommy Frazier days away from seeing Caleb Williams hit the field, from seeing Notre Dame hit the field. Week 0, August 26th, and we'll be ready for you here on the Early Edge.
Hey, Buckets, do you know where Tommy Frazier played football at?
I'm glad you said he played football because now I at least know that Tommy Frazier played football. I'm going to say San Diego State University, SDSU, baby.
Close, I guess.
I mean, it's a team.
Yeah, it's a team.
Close to
Hey,
where?
Nebraska and San Diego aren't like halfway across the world from each other.
They may have played in the Holiday Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Nebraska buckets. Nebraska. I want to ask you about Caleb Williams. I want to ask you. Now, Nebraska used to be in what conference? Oh, the Big 12. And that's where we're starting our show today. So, Chip, you are front and center. We're tackling, and if you've been watching our TikTok, you know my man Chip's been churning out the videos that are coming to your stream. I encourage you to follow us there. But which of these Big 12, and yes, there's still just 12 teams in the Big 12 as of now, are you fading or following today, sir? You're up.
Yeah, we're going to start with Oklahoma State. We're going to be going over that 6.5. As I've detailed here and on TikTok for the early edge, I think that Mike Gundy could go 4-5 in Big 12 play with 4 actual rattlesnakes and 7 Cowboys on the field. 61% win percentage in conference play as his career. And even though there's a lot of roster turnover, I think that this schedule sets up well for the Cowboys to be 7-5 or better. I've also detailed how Oklahoma's schedule is ridiculous. They've got 8-4 roster and an 11-1 schedule, over 9.5. I love that there. And I'm not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. No, this is fall camp time. This is when we're honest. And Cincinnati ain't going bowling. Scott Satterfield has inherited a roster with the Bearcats that has been totally picked apart. All the NFL players are gone. Everybody who was good is transferred out. He's got Emory Jones as his quarterback. No, sir. We are going under 5.5.
Oh, I will ask you with all the respect in the world, do you want to do the work? But I want to know what you think. Look at that graphic right now, and I want you to put into the chat which of these win totals, which of these teams do you think goes over their total? We want to know what you think. Give it to us right now into the chat. I'll give you 5 more seconds. All right, Snake, we can take it down. Now, as you know, we come here to also pick the prop. But before we do that, you guys know that everywhere, every single day. I was on yesterday. Dazzling. Where? Here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reactions.
The largest final round comeback in Ford championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
So we had kind of a situation this morning as we show you where most of the crew members are going to be today. At 3 Eastern, M Squared. Then at 6, getting you ready for the night in sports. Mikey B, Danny Brasco, Buckets, and there is Buckets again. Now, when we came on in our little production meeting, Buckets actually wanted his own graphic for his HQ hits tonight. And I said, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So he threatened to walk, but he's still here. He threatened to walk. But he will be on HQ tonight as scheduled.
Saquon.
He's not even done. I know he's not even denying it.
Saquon.
All right, it is that time, and for some reason, he's got a very, very, very weird knack for picking a player that can hit a home run, and it's become part of our lingo. We don't even say hit a home run anymore. We say the yard now. All right, here are our choices: Matt Olson, who hits bombs; Shohei, my man out here on the West Coast; Kyle Schwarber, tip of the cap; Juan Soto, and Giancarlo. All right, so Buckets, let's start with you. Since you're back on Big Pick Energy Friday, who do you think, and give me more than just a name for your pick today.
Uh-oh, asking a lot out of me, Coach, but I'll see if I can provide here. Now, I know that everybody is assuming that I'm going to go off the board because that's what Bucket does. He goes off the board, but not today. Because, Coach, few people realize this, but I am a Hoosier. And you know who else is a Hoosier? Our man Kyle Schwarber, who is on the board. That's right. For the first time in Go the Yard history, I'm staying on the board here and back in Kyle. Man, that name sucks. Kyle Schwarber? Schwarber. Yeah. We're backing him to go the yard here because I want to give a shout out to a fellow Hoosier and to our boy #the Guru here by backing one of the Philadelphia players. Coach at plus 275 all day, baby.
I don't even know how to respond. Did you say to the who? What is this? What is this?
That's a hashtag. The Guru.
What? Sniper, is Kyle Schwarber really a Hoosier?
Yes, absolutely. A fellow Hoosier. I am also an Indiana grad. So yes.
I know, that's why I ask you.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it. Right. Oh, my God. All right.
The 1 year in my lifetime IU went to the College World Series, Schwarber was the best player.
Look at that. Hashtag educate and entertain. All right, Sniper, you're up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to go with Schwarber. I have Juan Soto here, plus 325. He had a stretch recently where he hit 4 home runs in 3 games, but it's been 5 games without a home run. So, he's kind of due facing Ryan Nelson of the Diamondbacks, who a little foreshadowing, we will talk about him a little bit later. 2 home runs and 9 at bats for Soto against Nelson, so I'm on Juan Soto here.
I love when you tease ahead to your picks. I absolutely love when you do that. Thank you, Sniper.
Thank you.
By the way, Matt says he's a Hoosier wearing an Ohio State shirt. LOL. Is that an Ohio State shirt, Buckets? Yeah. Where did Kyle Schwarber go to college?
He went to IU, but he grew up in Ohio.
He grew up in Ohio.
So
there
you
you
can
go.
say he's from Ohio and he's a Hoosier.
That's what I meant to say. I confused myself. Thank you, Sniper. I confused myself. It happens when Buckets comes back on the show.
Yeah.
All right, Counselor, coming to you, big boy. Who's going to the yard?
Yeah, we're going Juan Soto to go to the yard. I agree with Sniper here. I mean, first of all, he had some words for his teammates recently in terms of maybe some of his fellow teammates sort of giving up on the season a little bit. I can see him really kind of setting the tone and responding this last stretch of baseball. And Ryan Nelson, 15 2/3, his last 15 2/3, he's given up 21 hits and 13 runs. Sniper mentioned the 4 home runs in 3 days. That was just last week. I think the 24-year-old goes to the yard.
Boom. Chip, talk to me.
We're going Matt Olson because Big Ten baseball is club sports. All right. We're going Matt Olson to go the yard up in Citi Field in Queens. Let's go. He hit one yesterday or last night. I think he's going to do it again.
Oh, I love we have this huge text thread that I wish all of you could see it because it's awesome. And we just throw all our stuff in there. When we hit one, we throw it in there. And for some reason, Matt Olson's name is typed more than any other name in all of baseball and all of sports.
Has something to do with AB. But yeah,
doesn't he just blind bet all Atlanta
much every day?
He does. All right, now as many of you know, we promised you round by round picks in the FedEx St. Jude, and we will do that. We always fulfill our promises, or we try to. But as you know, yesterday a fantastic day 1. Today will be day 2. But then who takes over tomorrow? A little network that we all work for called CBS.
This is the sought-after trophy when we tee it up, the first event of the season that you think about. This is a way to end the year in a way that only one man can.
The world's best golfers battle for the tour's toughest trophy to win, the FedEx Cup. The playoffs begin this weekend on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
And as one major sport comes to an end, another major sport is getting ready to kick off all over the world. And that's why my man is back on Big Pick Energy Friday. He will be here every single Friday, every single weekend. He's got a new schedule. So get ready for more buckets all the time. And today, the English Premier League, the #1 league in all the world, kicks off with the best team from that league, Man City. So buckets, throwing all the jokes aside, as a hashtag next level soccer capper with you, I'm fired up, big boy. I am fired up, but I'm going to allow you to have the first soccer picks of the season right here on the show. So you're up first. Let's go.
How generous of you, Coach. Let's get right into it then, because I did not get a minute of sleep last night because I was so excited to have the slate back. But I want to first say that if you're not currently a SportsLine member and subscriber, you need to be, even if you're just going to tail the Guru's article picks, because he wrote an incredibly detailed article for this Burnley Man City game. So I'm going to leave the first EPL game picks entirely to the Guru. I am going to start us off in Spain's La Liga, as we have an opening game here this afternoon between two extremely mediocre teams. That is right. La Liga is back with kind of a bizarre first matchup, as we have Almeria taking on Rayo Vallecano. But just because the teams aren't great doesn't mean that we can't find value here. This is a tale as old as time itself, as we have an incredible home team taking on a miserable away team. Rayo Vallecano last season lost or drew in 15 of their 19 away games, only 4 away wins. Meanwhile, Almeria won or drew in 75% of their home games here. I love a safety net. Y'all know this, so we're taking Almeria draw no bet here at minus 135. Then I don't just have one pick. I don't have two picks. I have 3 picks for us.
What?
Let's go to our favorite league, Coach. that is right. It's the Turkish Super League. It's back in action, baby. We've got a huge matchup between Trabzonspor and Antalyaspor taking place this afternoon. Trabzonspor were the winners 2 years ago, and after they won, maybe they partied a bit too hard because they looked terrible last year. But going under some new management, they brought in a lot of big-name players this summer, and they have looked incredible in the offseason. They played 7 friendlies this summer, and in 6 of the 7, they scored 2 or more goals. In their last 4 games alone, Trabzonspor scored 14 goals, and they're taking on an Antalyaspor side who lost the majority of their defense in the summer. Take Trabzonspor over 1.5 team total at minus 120, and I will meet you at the pay window. And finally, for the third league that we are welcoming back this summer, we're looking at the Portuguese Premier League and a matchup between SC Braga and Famalicão. This is a game that I am so excited for because SC Braga is one of the best attacking teams in all of Europe, and their team will be cashing on all summer long. Meanwhile, Famalicão did something a bit bizarre this season. As a manager, you'd assume you'd want to get a bunch of friendlies in, get a bunch of practice in. Famalicão said, no, we're going to do nothing for 3 months, as they played only 2 games all summer, and 1 game was essentially against a high school team. They looked terrible. I want to take Braga on the money line, but Braga money line is minus 300. So instead, to get that juice down, take Braga first half money line at minus 110.
Are you done?
Done.
Is that all of it?
That's it.
English Premier League is back, and now let's go to buckets.
Yeah,
Who's
we're not
taking
even
us
making
to
a pick on that.
Turkey?
Yeah, I love it when we make picks of teams that buckets can't even pronounce, let alone spell. And we have at least 2 of those today. Don't act like you're offended by
Braga?
that.
I could spell
Please.
Braga.
All right. Sia Nejad. It will be the first time of many that I say this season. Please get us back on track. And I would love to have a little combination of first 5 Sia and PGA Tour Sia, if you don't mind.
Wow. Well, I don't mean to SC Braga, but I think I can pull that off, Coach. Let's start with a matchup. We're going right back to Colin Morikawa. Shout out to David Talk in the chat because he said he wanted to go back to this one. We lost by 1 stroke yesterday. Of course, we won our other matchup. We lost this one. But honestly, when you look at the metrics, Morikawa was just as good as Tom Kim. Tom Kim needed to nail a 7-foot putt to avoid the push, which he did. He also gained almost 3 strokes with the putter. I don't see that happening again. Now, don't get me wrong. Tom Kim was good in other departments too, but he actually lost off the tee, whereas Colin Morikawa gained across the board, across all of the pertinent strokes gain metrics that I'm looking at. So I think he's the better golfer. I think he was the more consistent golfer yesterday. And I'm going to take Colin Morikawa at minus 120 over Tom Kim. That starts at 12:20 Eastern Standard Time. For those of you that for some reason don't have matchups, I'll give you a lean on a 3-ball if that's all you have. But I think most of the books are offering matchups. The 3-ball would be Morikawa plus 100 over Adam Schenk and Kurt Kitayama. So again, that's just a lean. My official play is Morikawa over Tom Kim. And now, Coach, let's go to first 5. Minus 120. They're at San Francisco. I mean, this is a weird pitching matchup because I'm backing John Gray, who hasn't been good lately, and he's going against Scott Alexander, who's going to be an opener. Ross Stripling probably going to take it from there. Now, Alexander got lit up last time out. He just hasn't been very good. He had 3 hits and 3 earned runs against him before he got pulled. He didn't even record an out. I'm hoping Texas can get on him early, and that will favor that first 5 play. But more importantly, I don't think Ross Stripling is that great either. The competition has been kind of rough, or I should say kind of easy over the last 5 or 6 games. I think John Gray will be okay against this lineup. And frankly, I'm looking for some San Francisco Giant regression, and I love these Texas bats. So give me Rangers first 5 money line, minus 120.
And that is the latest game on the board today, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The Rangers on the road in San Francisco. Counselor, thank you very much, sir. Now, Sniper, I'm coming over to you. And we talk about the Padres maybe kicking on the season. Who knows? And we also have another pitcher who got a big-time trade, and they're hoping that he's going to help them to the World Series. Those are your 2 plays, but I need you, sir, to explain them.
Yeah, I mean, and he's done it before. He just did it last year. I'm going with Justin Verlander. Look, in his last 8 starts, he's gone over 2.5 earned runs just one time. That's the line today. So I'm under 2.5 earned runs given up by Justin Verlander. He actually has a 1.64 ERA in his last starts. And I do think there's a little bit of rejuvenation escaping from the bad situation that the Mets had going back to Houston, where he felt very comfortable in his years there. He won 2 rings there. The Angels, they've only actually seen him one time since 2019, believe it or not, even though he was in that division for a while. And that was the opener in 2022 when he only gave up 1 run in 5 innings. If you're curious, Shohei Ohtani versus Justin Verlander, Ohtani's 4 for 20 with 9 strikeouts. Of course, 2 of those hits were home runs. So if you like the home run prop, maybe we get an Ohtani home run and Verlander only gives up that 1 run. I mean, we know Ohtani doesn't get much help. Also, I am going to go to the Padres. I talked about Juan Soto hitting a home run earlier. I said Ryan Nelson, I'm going to get to him. Nelson has a 5.16 ERA this season, but at home, it's an 8.01 ERA. He has been crushed. He's allowing a 356 batting average and 629 slugging percentage at home. So basically, he's allowing every opposing hitter to look like Freddie Freeman against him at home. An entire lineup of Freddie Freeman. Basically, that's not very good. Well, no, it's good if it's the offense. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Team total is 4.5. I like over for the Padres. As Sia mentioned, Juan Soto just called everybody out and said we basically quit. I think they've got a little bit of juice left in them. I don't know if I would count on them long-term for any futures or anything, but I like the over tonight. Also, to Chip Patterson, who said the Big Ten is club sports. A young sniper is very, very miserable with you right now.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
You accused him of being a club sports player.
Wow. Even the club sports got uniforms back in the day. Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking for all those College World Series appearances and trophies. You know, I'm just looking for
get those thingies. You know, when you do the little, like, the mirrors over your fingers when somebody flips somebody off, get those ready here.
Oh, I love when Matt gets into this headspace. That means he's ready for football. He's ready for football. By the way, Raving Derelict, I think I said that right. He says, I've been too busy lately to tail the golf, and my bankroll is suffering for it. He also says, when Coach says my name, I feel like I'm about to get blocked. Now, you're going to tail these golf picks today. You already have a great one from Sia. And my man Chip knows the PGA Tour and the Big Ten football scene better than anybody. Did I mention 3 p.m. Wednesdays every single week? Chip will be there. College football preview. Thank you. Chip, though, this is your spot. It's Friday morning. There's no place I would rather be. Let's go.
Let's start on the links at the FedEx St. Jude, where we've got a 12:27 tee time for Xander Schauffele, Terrell Hatton, and Siwoo Kim. And we're going with the X-Man because we like to play with fire, baby. Look, when he got started yesterday, it was not looking good. Xander could not find the fairway. He was listless, even par 35. Then on the second 9, heated up a little bit. We got an eagle, 4 birdies, goes 31. Now, when he gets back on the course today, he's going to start on the 10th hole on those same holes that he absolutely ripped up. And I love him to be able to keep it going. He was great on approach, and he was great with putting. Those are 2 things we're really looking at this course. Now let's talk about the competition. Terrell Hatton, the coward, was a disaster. 3 bogeys and a double. He lost more than a stroke on approach, lost more than 2 strokes putting, and Siwoo was pretty steady. I mean, he didn't do anything spectacular. He birdied both the par 5s. It was a 2 under 68. Had a few opportunities he didn't capitalize, but I don't know if he's going to go super low. I think that Xander's looking for a good opportunity at this course, and he makes a move, keeps the pedal to the metal, and beats out Terrell Hatton and Siwoo Kim. Okay, Futures Friday, just like I've been keeping them going.
No.
Going Illinois over 6.5, and people talk about buzzwords like culture and foundation and identity. Well, Brett Bielema is building them boys up at the line of scrimmage because Illinois has one of the best defensive lines in the entire Big Ten, and that is going to cause all kinds of problems. And what I see are a bunch of coin flip games on this schedule. We've got to get to 7, right? I'll go ahead and give you 4. Toledo, FAU, Indiana, Northwestern. And now we're going into the coin flip realm where we got Kansas, Purdue, Nebraska, Maryland, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa. Can we go and get 3 more? Well, when you're elite at the line of scrimmage, That's how you win coin flip games. Also, I think quarterback Luke Altmaier is an upgrade under center. So let's go Illinois over 6.5.
And a public service announcement for every other sports show out there. You can clip any of the last 4 and you take it to your preseason production meeting and show them how a take is supposed to be done, because you've had the entire summer off. So you need that meeting right now. Not us. My guys are in mid-season form. Quickly, chat question. Does Inter Miami win tonight? Buckets, go.
Yes, absolutely. No questions asked.
Sia, do you like the full game with the Rangers?
I do, actually. I would definitely lean that way for sure.
Yeah, very, very good. If you put someone in the chat, we will try to get to them as much as we possibly can. And as I told you, we're going to be everywhere. But first, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of the Snake, always on the 1s and the 2s. Sia Nejad, Rangers first 5 money line, but he does like the full game too if you choose to do that. Then round 2, Colin Morikawa over Tom Kim -120. Then Chip, futures Friday. Illinois over 6.5 wins -120. Then round 2, a little 3-ball. The X-Man, Xander Schauffele, +130 over Trail Hatton and Si Woo Kim. Then the Sniper. He's on Justin Verlander to allow under 2.5 earned runs -120. And Padres team total over 4.5 -135. Then Buckets is back, and so is soccer. League games start today. Almeria, draw no bet, a little La Liga. Then team total over 1.5 -120. And SC Braga, first half money line -110. They will jump out to a very quick start. Now, next week, we're really getting going. If you haven't followed our TikTok yet, I encourage you to do so. Our Instagram, I encourage you to do so at SportsLine. But we have our NFL Futures episodes next week. And look at this. On Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and all the boys will be there. Now, we're going to change it up throughout the shows, but 3 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, we're doing player props. That's C and Proppy. And then the exotics on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Same start time. Turn on your notifications so as second we start any content, you get notified and you don't miss it. Well, we're going to give you 2.5 weeks to get those futures in, but you want to watch it live because that's the best way to watch us. What another good Friday. And hopefully your day started off well too. Pay it forward. Spend time with your family today and over the weekend. Schools are getting ready to start back up. It's going to be busy, but we're going to be here every single day. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Big Pick Energy Friday tickets straight to the pay window. Right, Time Crew, Lobo, Counselor, Sniper, Chip, my man Buckets. Don't forget about the Snake, making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we could win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. The only show every single day right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.